Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Scientist Blade, and I am Avinash. And basically, what I do, I'm just teaching data science, and it's the day 22nd, and we are starting with the loops. Basically, where we left yesterday, we left with some theory part. I have explained some theory about the loops. Basically, what is loop, and also we discussed about some type of jump statements. Okay, and basically we discussed the theory of all these things, and also we have seen some practical implementation of for loop, how we can write the syntax for that. Uh, so today what we will do, we will just carry forward with the things, and today we will start with the implementation of the jump statements, and yes, also how to use the while loop and basically all these things, right? So first, as every day, what I do, I just start with the mind map, and I suggest you guys also to just read the mind map at least 4 to 5 times a day. Because again, what is a mind map? Mind map is a pictorial representation of anything, or whether it can be a book. For example, you are reading a book of Python, right? In that 300 pages are there, and it's not quite possible for you guys to read all those 300 pages and memorize all those things mentioned in those 300 pages, right? For that, what you need is that everything should be in a crisp manner and in a single screen. If it will be there highlighting the important points, then what will happen, it will help you guys to revise efficiently. Okay, means like you are doing the hard work, right? Hard work means you are learning something. Obviously you are doing. So why not? Okay, so why not do the hard work in a smart way? Because you guys know hard work means, like, yeah, definitely hard work is the key to success, but donkey also does the hard work, right? He just, no particular animal is more hardworking than a donkey, right? But he's putting his efforts in a wrong direction. Like, you will be pushing a wall, and you will be pushing 24 hours, and at the end of the day you end up with zero work done because the wall haven't moved. That doesn't mean that you haven't done any work. You all are sweating and your energy is exhausted, so you are draining your energy in a wrong direction. So for that, to put your energy in a right direction so that you guys can sprint, right? So simply what you can do for the mind map and all these things, basically why the mind map is for you guys to put the energy in a correct direction, so that everything will be in a crisp manner and every important points should be covered, so that in the interview or in anything, whether it's some type of exam or any stuffs you are appearing for, right? And the topic is Python, so the every important point you should cover it. So how to open the mind map is, again, type here Python mind map, or type here Python, and when you will press enter, the very first result you will get it as Python programming mind map, right? You have to just open it, and as soon as it will be opened, you can see the pop-up, the results being displayed on the screen, right? It's taking a little bit of time because there is some issues with my internet. So yeah, meanwhile the mind map is opening, what I will do, I will open the spider. Again, why spider? Because spider is a beginner friendly, it provides various features. If you are a beginner and if you want to learn something in an efficient and in a much faster way, so I would suggest spider for that. Why? Because it has various features. Yes, obviously VS Code and uh, PyCharm is the best ID, right? It is best for someone who had already learned Python. But someone who is into their initial phases, for that they should need spider. Because see, if I will execute this line of code, I'm just showing you the features of Python, right? See, I have executed this, and in the variable explorer you can see that my variable name D is a data frame, and if I will click on it, you can see what's the data inside this, right? Similarly, for every variables you can see the list, and again, if you want the plots also can be seen here. Basically everything can be seen here, or whether it's checking the directory of certain things or anything, right? For example, I wanna search what all functions are there in pandas, right? So what I will write, I will simply write dir and pandas. Okay, and if I'll execute this line of code, you can see that various functions pertaining to pandas have been came, right? So for that reason, I suggest Spider. Okay, now let's on move to our topic. And again, how you can open the new file in Spider? It's just the same and simple way as you guys have been doing in some Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint. Just go inside the new file and you can just open a new file here from here itself. Okay, so I'm just removing this line of code. And today, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about the loops and everything, right? And yesterday, there were some points which I told regarding for loop was that whenever we define for loop, the point which we should keep in mind is, I want you guys to comment it on the comment section. What are the points when we can use the for loop? What is the condition for that? When we can use the for loop? Why can't we use the while loop in case of for? Okay. So whenever we know the particular range, okay, till here I have to execute my certain line of code. Okay, we know initially we know that till this much our range will go. Okay, यहाँ तक रेंज जाएगा, हमें पता है वो चीज है, ठीक है? तो उसके लिए हम लोग फॉर लूप यूज करते हैं, क्योंकि वाइल लूप जो है, ठीक है, वाइल लूप में हमें रेंज पता नहीं रहता. वी डोंट नो कि हाउ मेनी टाइम्स दैट लूप विल गो. और लूप क्यों यूज करते हैं? व्हाई डू वी यूज लूप? वी यूज टू अवॉइड द रिपीटेशन ऑफ आवर स्टेटमेंट्स, right? We want to perform certain things certain number of times. For that reason we use loop, but we don't know how many times we have to perform that task. For that reason we use while loop. हमें पता नहीं है कि इतने नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स हमें वो टास्क करना है, उस टाइम पे वी यूज while loop. लेकिन on the very first case we know that okay, these many times we should print something, these many times we should perform this task. हमें iterations पता है, हमें पता है कि ये टास्क कितने टाइम तक वो चलनी चाहिए, वो कोड कितने टाइम तक रन करनी चाहिए. वी ऑल नो दिस थिंग्स. तब हम लोग फॉर लूप का यूज करते हैं. तो these all things we have discussed already yesterday. ठीक है, now we will move forward. I've already discussed basically what's the syntax for loop. Okay, so today what we will do, we will discuss about while loop. Okay, when we can use the while loop. Okay, and what are the certain conditions for that? Means like I have told you guys कि हमें number of iterations पता नहीं है, ठीक है? तो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल एक क्वेश्चन लेते हैं, ठीक है? नाउ टेक वन क्वेश्चन एंड द क्वेश्चन इज काउंट द number of digits इन अ नंबर. ओके, तो हमें, वी डोंट नो, बेसिकली वी डोंट नो कि एक नंबर में कितने डिजिट्स हो सकते हैं. वी डोंट नो सर्टेन थिंग्स. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल, फॉर मी द डिजिट विल बी this, right? For another person, the digit will be this. For another person, the digit will be this. So it varies, right? It varies upon person to person and it will go till infinite. So while loop ही ऐसा loop है जो infinite times can be in a loop, infinite times वो run कर सकता है. So just try to understand here. What I'm trying to say is, here we don't know how many number of digits are there in a number. Okay, for example, this is a number, right? And we don't know how many digits are there. So for that reason we will use while loop. यहाँ पे for loop we can't use क्योंकि हमें पता नहीं है. We don't know कि यूजर नंबर कौन सा एंटर करेगा, right? User can enter this number itself. User might enter this number. User might enter this number. We don't know how many times that loop should go. तो यहाँ पे इफ वी प्रेडिक्ट कि अच्छा चलो यूजर 10 नंबर ही एंटर करेगा, 10 डिजिट का नंबर ही यूजर विल एंटर, तो दैट विल बी अ फॉल्स प्रेडिक्शन एंड इट विल नॉट वर्क. सो इसीलिए हेयर वी विल यूज while loop instead of for. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood the example where we can use the while loop. And it's not particularly that you have to use the while loop in counting the number of digit itself. I have just mentioned one scenario. Okay, there can be many scenarios where you will come to a situation where you don't know the number of iteration that loop should go. Okay, so on that particular scenario, use while loop always. Okay, now what we will do, we will just try solving this sum. Okay, we will try solving this sum. So on the very first part, what I will write while n not equal to 0. Again, this is a, okay, I am not telling. I want you guys to comment it on the comment section. What type of operator is this? Okay, just comment it down. And yeah, I will just check and I will review it whether you guys are correct or not. I'm not mentioning what type of operator is this. Okay, so if I'll execute while n not equal to 0, and here what I will do, I will just s is equal to n mod 10. Okay, and here I will use a counter variable c plus is equal to 1. I will assign here c is equal to 0 initially. I have assigned c is equal to 0 initially, and here I have used a counter variable to count the number of digits. Okay, now I will do n is equal to n, right, n. Now I will write here print. I'm using a f string, and again I have explained you guys what is the meaning of f here in a string manipulation. You can just go down into my playlist. On the description, the string manipulation is there. You can understand basically what's the meaning of f here. Okay, the count of digits is, in the curly braces I'll write c. Now let's execute this line. Okay, my bad. Yep. You can see the count is coming 17. Now let's count manually. Okay. So we'll start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 is there. Similarly, for N2, how many digits will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30 digits are there, right? So now let's execute it. Okay. Now let's execute it. Instead of n, I will write here n2. Wherever there is n, I will write n2. Okay. 30 digits were there. Now let's try running our program. Okay, my bad. I haven't executed this. The count. Okay, my bad. I have been even here. For that reason, I was thinking why the count is 1. Now you will get the result 30. 0. Oh, you know, if you are in a hurry, then everything goes wrong. Yeah. Now you can see the result is 30 here, right? Now what I will do here, I just tried to explain you the basic syntax of it, how we can write the while loop and when we can use the while loop. Okay. We will discuss about the logic as well, but as if for now, I want you guys to understand when we can use the while loop. The logics and everything, we will discuss it on the live sessions, which is tomorrow. Means like from tomorrow, what I am doing, I am just uh, implementing the live sessions on YouTube. It's like Zoom sessions will be there every day at 7 p.m. But yes, in the afternoon, what I will do, I will do a live stream on YouTube. So that, and there, what I will do, I will just try writing the programs and I will try explaining the logic behind that programs. Okay. So what will happen? It will help you guys to sprint in your study, in your focus. Why it will help you guys to sprint it? Because at the evening, uh, sorry about my English, it's not at the evening, it's in the evening. In the evening, we will learn about the concepts, concepts of the modules in Python. And in the afternoon, we will learn the logic behind that concepts, the program which we execute. What is the logic behind that? We will execute it. Why I am doing such? Because if I will try explaining the things, then it will just extend the things. Yeah. And you might not cover the each and everything, means like in a good phase. Okay. So for that reason, I am dividing it into two. And whether it can be about string list, any program in Python, it will be in a live stream every day. Uh, just subscribe my channel. You will get a notification regarding that. It will be most probably from 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. Most probably. It can happen from 1:30 to 2:30 as well. So the duration will be around 1 2 p.m. Itself. Okay. Now let's move on to the things. So here you guys have understood what's the purpose of while loop and what is the basic syntax for that. Don't focus on the logic. Logic I will explain it tomorrow on the live sessions. Oh, sorry, on the live stream. This is the live session going on. On the live stream, I will explain the logic of every program. Every day I will do that. But here we are understanding the concepts, the basic behind it. Okay. Why basic is important? Because just take a real life example, right? You are constructing a building, right? So for that particular building, what is needed the most? Obviously the base which you are creating it. And if that base is not strong, then obviously that building will gonna fall. It doesn't matter whether the first floor, third floor, or 100th floor is strongly built or not. Important thing is base. Important thing is basics. So you have to just go thoroughly with the basics. No doubts in the basics. It happens with the tree as well. You should be stuck to your roots. Then only you can stand in every storm. If you are away from your roots, then obviously you will fall. You will fall from a great height, and I don't know what will happen. So just stay with the basics, stay with the roots. So here the basic is while loop we use when we don't know the number of iterations. And here is the example. And the basic syntax behind it is, you can see we are writing this while, and again why indentation is there. I've explained about the indentation, why particularly four steps are the four spaces are there. It can be any space. So indentation part you can watch it in my previous videos. I have already explained about what is indentation, right? Now what we will do, we will move on to the next part. Okay. Now the next part is just we will use a jump statement here, break, and we will first use the for loop. Okay. And the question is, print the natural numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So I have to print it. Okay. So what I have to do it, I will just use for I in range. Here, what we are following here, we already know the range, that the range should go from 1 till 10. We are printing that. For that reason, we are using for loop. Okay. We can use while loop as well. But yes, there is not necessary to use while loop. We can use either loop. But here, in this case, we can't use for loop. So what conclusion you can draw? The conclusion is everywhere where you can use for loop, you can use while loop as well. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so I'm saying everywhere where you're using for loop, while loop can be used, but where while loop is used, you can't use for loop. जहां जहां फॉर लूप यूज हो सकता है वहां हम लोग while लूप भी यूज कर सकते हैं, बट एवरी केस में जहां while लूप यूज होता है, वी कांट यूज फॉर लूप. हाँ, सम केसेस में वी कैन यूज, लेकिन कुछ कुछ केस में हम लोग यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो जस्ट यहाँ पे ये एक conclusion we can draw from it. Okay, so now let's stick to the question. Here I'm writing range, and yesterday I've already discussed, so I will be not explaining it again. You just go and watch my day 21st video. There I've explained basically what's the meaning of range and what all things we can put inside the for loop in a range. Okay, so I will simply write for I in range, it's starting from 1, from 11 till 11. Why I wrote 11? Because the loop will go n minus 1 times. For example, if the value is 11, then the loop will go 11 minus 1, that is 10 times. Okay, so I will put an indentation here and I will try printing I. Okay, you can see here the natural numbers got printed from 1 to 10, right? And what if I want to print only 5 numbers? For that, we can use the break statement as well. So how do we use that? Okay. So here I will just put a condition here. I will write if I equal to 5, sorry, if I equal to 6, then what you do? Break. Now let's execute it. You can see I have written here print I. For that reason, it's got printed 6 here. But if I will just write here 5, then only 5 will be getting printed. Okay. You can see here how 5 got printed and what's the meaning of break statement. And it doesn't matter what we write it here. Okay. If I'll write here else, print I. Okay. You can see here 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5. Okay. Why it is printing I? Because it is inside the loop as well. For that reason, it's being printed. So if I'll write else, continue. Okay. We are using two statements here, two sum statements, which is break and continue. Now let's try executing this. You can see here that break statement, what it does, it just break all the loops. Nothing will be getting printed which is below this. And what's the meaning of continue statement here? If I will write here instead of break, okay, just let's vice versa the thing. If I will write here continue, if I equal to 5, continue. I have written this. So what will happen? Yesterday I have talked about that continue statement will skip the current iteration and it will move on to the next iteration. So what it will getting printed here? What it will get printed here? Okay. Let's try printing it here. Okay. So 5, basically 5 will not get printed and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be skipped and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be getting printed. Okay, basically it is inside the if statement. For that reason, it's not getting printed. Now I will execute this. Then you can see here clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not there. Why? Because at 5, I've given a condition. If I equal to 5, then continue. Continue means skip the current iteration. Now, if I will write here break again, and if I will write here print I as well. So will 5 will get printed or not? No, it will not get printed. It will get printed till 4. Why? Because every time when loop comes, it will check if I equal to 5, when the I value is initially 1, then it will come 1 equal to 5. No, then it will print I. Then again 2 is equal to 5. No. When the loop will be here of 5 equal to 5, then it will be break. And after that, no such statement will be executed. So let's try it. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 got printed. Why 5 didn't got printed? Because I've used the statement break here. Previously, I was printing above. For that reason, the 5 got printed. Here you can see, here I was printing before for that reason. After that, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 didn't want printed because I used the statement break. So I hope you guys have understood what's the meaning of continue and break. If you haven't, then this meeting is getting recorded. You can watch n number of times. And yes, before watching this, just watch my day 20th, day 21st video. You will get the basics understanding of basically what's the meaning of jump statements. Then you will surely understood this. Okay. Now let's take the another breaks jump statement as pass. And as I have told you, pass will not do anything. It will just pass it. Okay, so everything will be getting printed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10. See, why pass is behaving like that? I've explained it in my yesterday video. Because pass is assigning you that authority to move ahead. Doesn't matter what the condition is. And basically, pass we use for defining uh you can say a class or in any loop which we don't want to use it now, but yes, afterwards we want to use it. And what Python does, if I will execute any line of code, just for example, if I will write here in anything, okay, so Python will try executing this line of code. By default it will try executing it, but as soon as I write the pass statement, sorry, my bad, I haven't followed the indentation. Okay, I have used the pass statement here. So nothing will be getting printed. Whether I will write here break or not, nothing will get printed. Nothing. Okay. My bad. Actually, I've written the if I will don't write the conditional statements. Basically, what it's being doing here, it's passing the current iteration, the above value which is there. If I will not write this, okay. Okay. Now what I've done here, I don't need this loop as if for now. I have to move forward. Okay. For example, I have removed this. Okay. And now here I'm writing for j in range. For example, 10 till 20. Okay. And here I'm just printing j. So what will happen? Python will not execute it because it will tell that there is a indentation error, because for loop is already being defined in the above statement. For that reason, it will not execute. Whatever line will be there, it will not execute. So we want to avoid such. We want to use this for loop on a later purpose. For that reason, if you write pass, then this j loop will be executed. You can see here 10 till 19, it's got printed because I have written a pass statement. As soon as I remove this, it will not execute it. So I hope you have understood why the pass statement is necessary and what basically what pass statement does. Okay. So now let's take one more example of while loop using this, okay. I will write here pass, and here I will write j is equal to 10 while j greater than equal to 20. So greater than 20, because the meaning of this is, sorry, my bad, it's not greater, it is less than. So the meaning of this is j should be less than 20. It will not go till 20. And why it will not go? Because I have explained it. Basically, the basic behind the range function. Why it will not go. And if I will use the indentation here, and I will write here print j, and here I will write j plus equal to 1. And if I will execute it, then we can say everything is getting printed. So if we want to print the natural numbers from 10 till 20, then using for loop, we can do this way. Using while loop, we can do this way. Only thing needed is, see, you have to focus in loop. Every time there is a three step. First is initialization. Second is the, what you can say, the end, where that loop should will go, where that loop should go. And third is the counter variable. If you have been using, or for example, in other languages like C, C++, Java, what we write there, we write there like this. For I is equal to 0, I less than 20, I plus plus, I plus plus. So these things we write in other programming languages. But in Python, these initialization, these range is being hidden, because this is the starting value, which is initialization, the starting value. This is the range, this is the range, and I plus plus, basically the step, by default, the step is 1, whether we write or we don't write. Here we are starting from 0. So if you want to start from 0, we can remove this as well. So you can see these two things are hidden here. So basically, when you will use for loop in Python, you will not understand the basics much behind it. Why? Because certain things are encapsulated, certain things are hidden here. But in while loop, you can see the initialization is there, initialization is there, the range is there, the range is there, the increment value is there, the increment value is there. So these are the three basics. Three basics whenever you are using any loop. Just try to stick with these basics. When you will use for loop in Python, certain things will be encapsulated. You will not learn the basic behind that. But yes, when you will use while loop, you will understand what's the basic behind it. In certain languages like Java, C++, we use like this. But in Python, we don't use it. So if you have someone who is from an IT background, he might have learned some other languages. They might understand it, what I'm trying to say. But someone who is a newbie, who don't know in anything, for you guys, I'm telling you that the three basic steps is there. First is initialization, the starting value. Second is keep writing these points. I want you guys to make the running notes. So first is initialization, the starting value. Second is the range. Third is the step. Okay, I will write here itself. Okay, first is initialization, that is default, that is starting value. Second is the ending value. And third, third is the increment or steps. These are all the three things. These are the three basics of loop. And irrespective of language, these three basics are only going to follow. Whether you are following any language, whether it's C, C++, Java, Python, C, Sharp, Ruby, .NET, any language, you are following it. These are the three basics things. Stick with the basics, stick with the roots, you will understand everything. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood the basics of things, the syntax of it, when we can use the while loop, what is the syntax of while loop, what is the syntax of for loop in Python. Okay. And tomorrow, what we will do? Tomorrow, we will just use the nested loops. Basically, what is the nested loop in Python? What do you mean by nested loop? We will move with that. And yes, tomorrow afternoon, I will be live streaming on YouTube and I will try solving the problems. Okay. And it will be most probably 1:30 till you, if you will subscribe my channel, you will be notified when it will be scheduled. Most probably it will be between 1 to 2. Okay. So see you guys tomorrow. And till then, keep practicing it. Keep practicing 500 to 1000 lines of code every day, because I want you guys to sprint. Don't just work on your career or in your skills. Just print it and learn it within 30 days. Make running notes. I don't want you guys to watch this video laying on your sofa or laying on your bed. Why running notes? Running notes is important because it will make you guys attentive in this meet, but also it will help you guys to learn the things faster, and it will make you guys to mm, just make off your sleep, because you might get sleep by just watching the video. So just try following these things, read the mind maps, keep making the running notes, keep practicing 500 to 1000 lines of code every day, and you will surely achieve this in 30 days. You will learn the Python in 30 days, and you will learn till DSA Python in 30 days. Just follow this process and surely you will get the results. If you won't follow it, you will not get it. So just trust the process. Results will be in your foot. Okay. So bye everyone. I'm stopping here. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time at 7 p.m. And goodbye. Good night. Take care. Jai Hind.